What's up again, everybody? It's Mental Conditioning Monday. I'm once again on track. Starting the message a little bit earlier, getting it out to you guys a little bit earlier. I didn't do so good this week with the messages during the course of the week, but I'm excited about doing a mental conditioning message Monday. We're gonna do something just a little bit different this week. We're gonna call it this week Mental Conditioning Recognition Monday. The message basically today is just going to be about, and it's going to be kind of in two parts. You'll see in a second how we're going to put a little bit of a different twist on it. The message today basically is going to be about, training our minds and strengthening our minds to be able to give recognition to others, to give recognition to other people's greatness. That's something that, believe it or not, I think for most of us, I never exclude myself from any of these things. Everything that I talk about, I have, it's a challenge for me too. But our minds sometimes naturally take away from what others are doing. And in essence, what you have to look at is that it actually takes away from you. Because when you can recognize greatness and good things in others, that allows you to bring that greatness and goodness to yourself. So the extra part that I wanted to do today is that I wanted to be able to recognize, somebody, just a normal person out there who's doing their thing and achieving greatness, and to watch them, do their thing is very, very inspirational to me. And that person for me right now is going to be a gentleman by the name of Todd. His nickname is the Donutologist Jones. I actually went to go and visit him this weekend, and just by the name, he has made his own donuts, and he's been in the donut business for, just to give you a background on him, for over 20, I think 23, 25 years or maybe more. But he started selling donuts. Any of my Queens guys and gals out there know about the Coliseum on Jamaica Avenue. It's pretty much, that's like, our version, I guess, of a strip mall that's been there for ages, ever since I was a kid. And that's just the place where, youngsters and middle-aged people, old people, we all go to buy our clothes and outfits, and they offer different variety of things. And I think Todd has been in there for over 23 years. He's since moved to Atlanta. He's had experiencing a tremendous amount of success. He's actually some very, very big things are coming down the pipe for him. But he still comes back, and he still comes back to his roots, which is the Coliseum on Jamaica Avenue, to sell his donuts. And he was there this weekend. But I have just tremendous amount of admiration for him, in that he has a brand, and it's very difficult. I'm learning that now. It's not easy to build the brand, because you have to have a tremendous amount of fortitude to stick with it, because it's not something that happens overnight. And his story to me is very inspiring, because again, he's been doing this, for a couple of decades now, and he's starting to really get to the point to where he's achieving the things that he really, really wants to do. But for him to be able to stick to his brand, for him to say, you know what, I have these donuts, and I believe in these donuts. This is my brand, these donuts. And he stuck to that all this time, and did not give up on it. That to me is tremendous amount of mental conditioning, tremendous amount of what we always talk about, hard work and dedication. That's a great example of that. And I think one of the biggest things for us as individuals who watch him and watch that story and see his success, and we wish him luck and all the things that he's continuing to do, you have to be able to take that, and you have to be able to incorporate it in yourself. Doesn't matter that you don't do exactly what he does. Obviously, I don't make donuts, and that's not something that's in the cards for me. But I have to translate that into what I do, and draw inspiration off of it, which I do. I really draw a tremendous amount of inspiration, off of just, seeing him out there, this weekend doing his thing and going hard at it, like he was new in the business, but, pushing buttons, and at the same time having power meetings, with some pretty big people to push his brand forward, and being comfortable doing it is just, phenomenal to me. And just tremendous amount of mental conditioning to show that. But the lesson for us is to be able to, we all have those people in our lives that, are doing things and pushing the envelope. And we have this natural instinct. And it's not a bad thing. It's just something that it's a natural thing that we kind of, as I always talk about the reaction, they're taking your hand away. Sometimes our initial reaction is to kind of, whatever, this guy or this girl is doing whatever. And we kind of just, for whatever the reason, sometimes it's jealousy, sometimes it's envies. These are emotions that don't run away from it. It's true. We all have it as a natural built-in instinct. But when you can kind of train your mind to take a step backwards and look at it and recognize that's what's happening, peel back the layers like we always talk about and look at it. And a lot of times you'll be able to now look at that situation and draw inspiration from it instead of drawing negative feelings about it. And like I said, it may not be something that you personally do, but it's something that you can include into your life. Listen to their story. Most of the time you get an opportunity to talk to him. Todd is a guy that, I can talk to and ask him, how did you do this? Obviously, it's not going to be about the donuts itself, but maybe about the business decisions and just the fortitude that he's shown, in all these years of, selling his donuts and just keeping to his brand and understanding that this is what I do. He's a guy of multi abilities. There's other things that he'll do on the side, but he understands that donuts is his thing. So we salute you, Todd, the donutologist Jones, and just one of the true warriors of great mental conditioning. He stays in the mental conditioning gym, and if anybody doesn't know, check him out. He's on Facebook, and if you're ever in New York or if you're down in Atlanta, check him out. So we definitely salute you as a pioneer of great mental conditioning on this Mental Conditioning Monday. So a little something different, but just to switch it up, and I encourage everybody out there to do the same thing. When you see those people in life that displaying a lot of, great fortitude, mental conditioning, don't push that away. Embrace it. Get right next to them and get on the exercise machine, the mental exercise machine right next to them, and work hard and admire the work that they're putting in, because, that's really going to translate into the work that you put in. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week on the next Mental Conditioning Monday message. This was cool. I really like that. Salute, Mr. Todd Jones.